welcome to Cosmos with Bailey. I'm Bailey and I'm a clairvoyant psychic medium and spiritual healer based in New Zealand. Welcome. I apologize about the background. It's annoying me, but I'm just in the middle of sorting some stuff out, so it had to go there, but it is a little bit annoying. But it is what it is, and you just got to go with how things are and push her along. So, yes, this video is going to be on, this is for men and masculinity first and foremost, and just some things I've been pondering and whatnot, and some insights and a little bit of like a helping hand, I think, because what is happening right now is that there is a lot of energy opening up, and a lot of the men on the earth right now do not want to continue the life force energy loops. That's why that came up. And a lot of men do not want to continue with what they were doing, or they do not want to do what their fathers were doing, and whatnot. And we are leaving that sort of collective consciousness of summer. There's a big group of men where we don't have to sort of do the same thing over and over, and we don't have to be like these men that just do what society says. Or I'm not really a fan of, blame society. That's not very mature, and society has some very good things in it, and we just need to mature our outlook on society. We do not need to act like unruly teens and start fires on lawns. But things are as they are. So, yeah, so when it comes to, okay, so I'm going to talk about your unique masculinity and following, because the masculine spirit is very, very different to the feminine spirit, and how the feminine knows spirituality, but the feminine, we are leaving old world temple culture and we're moving into more creativity and freedom and fashion and all of this and mothering and all this other stuff, and from a more creative perspective. But for men and the spiritual and whatnot, I think there's a lot of men feeling things, but they don't know how to begin or where they're going or what they're doing. And the masculine spiritual pathway is very different to the feminine, and that it becomes a little bit like a quest for the soul, because you incarnate and you go through your childhood and your teens and your 20s, your 30s, and you move through. The purpose of aging is to experience the soul in different facets of itself. So we're meant to age, and we're not meant to stay the same, and aging is a part of the soul experience. You do not want to do what you were doing in your teens, what you were doing. You don't want to be like a teen in your 50s. You want to experience different facets of the soul and your masculinity as you age. As in becoming a father, starting a business, buying property. Like, there's all this stuff that can be very fulfilling for the spirit, and you learn different facets and express different facets of your masculinity through being in the earthly realm in the spirit. So, yeah, and because we live in collective consciousness, men are seen and masculinity is seen one way and one way only. If you go back and watch my Peacock Confidence video on masculinity, we have, as I think I said in that video, we have this aversion to men really owning and shining their brilliance, and it is sort of like that. Although men have to stay small and humble, and yes, no. There's a healthy amounts of pride in oneself and prestige of the masculine spirit. And being like, wow, I did a really good job. You can even see it in, for a while I did a little bit of work at some early childhood centres, some kindies here in the Wellington region. Even I saw it in some of the little boys that I met. They're gorgeous. And they want to naturally impress you, and they want to naturally, be the best, or naturally, oh, look at me, and they love the attention and the adoration, and that is a big part as you mature into your masculinity, wanting to be seen in a good light. That is part of masculinity, and wanting to be seen in that king. It's just inherent to the masculine spirit, and I think sometimes we forget in order for men to feel good in their spirit, they have to be doing things of value and of worth to their unique spirit. Otherwise, you're just going to feel like in your masculine spirit has to be doing something of purpose to the soul. Otherwise, you're just going to feel icky as a man, and you're not going to feel that fulfillment and that king energy, or you're not going to reach those heights in other areas of your life, maybe family, love, business, relationship, that are going to enhance that masculine essence within you. Yeah, okay, so, we, all men, there's different realms of how masculinity expresses, right? Just like life force, we have men who maybe only just work out for attention, and it's not doing it. There's reasons to do stuff, and then there's a different, deeper purpose for doing something. For example, I work out because it makes me feel really good and healthy in the spirit. It's good for my body, and it makes me look good, versus men who just do it for attention or to look good. There's a very different intention and life force behind that. You know what I mean? Like, and you can tell too, very online, you can tell who's got more of that masculine essence and authenticity and oomph versus someone who hasn't. It's very, I've seen it. Okay, I'm going to share a story. So, a lot of my work with masculinity and men is getting to that essence of that man, because as I said, the masculine spiritual journey is so different to the feminine, and men have to go on these quests. They have to be allowed to go out and figure it out. And men like to be men, and they like to be like, okay, and it's almost like this initiation. I can't describe it, because you feel these intuitions, all these things like, I think I need to go and do X, Y, Z. I really feel like I need to go do that, or go, and it's like your masculine spirit who loves being in the unknown and who loves being in amongst it all, and you know, like the fearless part of your masculine spirit that's like, yeah, I think I'm going to go do it. And it's almost like that little boy innocence of the excitement of maybe getting your first dirt bike. And the inner child in the man is very important too. And actually, in a lot of my work, we do work with that inner little boy, because that's going to add joy and vitality and veracity to your masculine spirit as a man. So you can there's a lot of power in the inner child work with men. But what I was saying is like getting your first dirt bike, and men feel these intuitions. It's different from the feminine intuition. It's like these feelings like, I think I'm going to be a dad soon, but I don't have a partner. But I want kids, but I think I need to go buy property and start getting ready. That's your masculine spirit talking to you and saying, hey, we're about to embark on a journey. We need to go figure some stuff out. And men need to go on that process of like figuring it out. They had the intuitions, or they had the dream, or they were like, yeah, but they don't. You've got to really trust. This is where that inner confidence comes from too, and trusting what you're feeling and then acting upon it. And so you let go of looking up how to be masculine, or I'm going to do what this man is doing. And I think that's what happens. Like, men can get a little bit lost because they see what other men are doing and think, okay, that's super manly, or whatever it is, or maybe I should be doing something like that, but it doesn't suit your unique masculinity. Like, not everyone would want to go into property. Not everyone wants to be a social media star. Not everyone wants to. Maybe a man's fulfillment comes from living in the forest, being a lumberjack. Like, you just don't know. You need to listen to that part of yourself that's telling you need to go and do something. And then you need to be comfortable. And it's exciting being in the unknown. You need to be comfortable in the unknown, following your intuition. And this is all a part of the journey with your masculinity, because you don't know where your inner spirit and the cosmos is guiding you. I literally, that's like, you see, you're out in the unknown on the farm or whatever it is, or you're out, you went for a travel or a holiday, and then you were feeling, or you got inspired by some time alone in nature, or whatever it was. I think I need to go do. And I think with the advent of social media, and there's just a lot of people out there with podcasts talking about masculinity and femininity, but they're coming from a very, I think, very base level surface perspective of masculine and feminine. They're not really understanding the spiritual essence of masculine and feminine. So it's not going to help you in day-to-day life because all they're doing is sort of regurgitating this information. Oh, men are like this. Oh, women are like that. And it's like so one-dimensional and black and white. And men aren't black and white. Masculinity isn't black and white. And it's actually about listening to yourself as a man and going on that journey or that quest into what your feeling is calling you. That's it. I feel like there's a bunch of men that are like, I'm feeling the call to go and do something, but I'm not sure what it is. And that's your spirit. And it's like, well, I'm not going to give you, your spirit's not going to give you the full answers. What's the point in that? Do you know what I mean? Like, what's the point in incarnating if everything's just going to get told to you? That's not the point of incarnating. And men need to go on the spiritual quest of figuring stuff out. Like, a part of that spiritual maturation as well in the masculine spirit is trusting in your intuitions and what the heart of your masculinity is telling you that you need to do. And so, and that adds more empowerment again and confidence and clarity to yourself because you are listening and you can rely on what you're feeling and you can make decisions, confident, assertive decisions because you're listening to yourself. And if you're not used to listening to yourself, it can be like a little bit daunting. But once you begin to understand and begin to see how things just sort of connect, and that you're a part of a bigger picture, you have more confidence, you let go of fear, and you relax into the unknown and the masculine spiritual journey, whatever that entails. Yeah, and it's not the same for everyone, but I don't know why, but I keep seeing like a man being like, huh, and we sort of lost that a little bit in the modern day world, men that are like, oh yeah, I've been feeling this, and I think I've got to do it. I think I could go sell all my stuff. I've got to go move to this country. I've been dreaming about a baby. I know I want a wife, and I've got to go do this. And it's like, men need to do that. And I'm just going to talk a little bit about femininity as well. And, okay, men. So, I think things get very misconstrued, and at the end of the day, when I say masculine and feminine, you can be same-sex and there'll be a masculine and feminine, so just take what I say, and men need the healthy, spiritually aware feminine in their lives. I don't care what people say, men love to be in relationship, and men will make a woman their entire relationship when they find the right one. But it also takes time for them to really open up and trust a woman, because once a man decides that he loves a woman or he wants to be with her, that's it for him. And so it takes a while for men to figure it out. And because mature masculinity will make the feminine his entire world, because it'll be the mother of his children. It'll be the woman he goes to for guidance. It'll be the woman that makes his life full and complete. And his life is nothing without her, but it's not from this place of, I think, codependence. It's more so from a place of deep emotional fulfillment and spiritual connection. So when a man feels lonely or lost or whatnot, it's probably a very deep spiritual sign that you need to go find. And it doesn't mean you need a partner straight away. Maybe you need to go talk to a friend or a therapist or a healer or someone who has that healthy, mature, feminine energy who can help you connect into things. Because men aren't meant to do everything by themselves. The masculine and the feminine are meant to work together and enhance each other. And what else was I just about to say there? Yeah. So without healthy feminine, mature feminine energy, men lose purpose and they lose the why. Why am I doing this? And men, when they find the right woman, that is the why. The family is the why. The children is the why. And it is a part of also masculine maturity and moving into more divine masculinity and moving out of that little boy lost energy and whatnot. And I will say, finding the right feminine energy, even if you're waiting for a partner or you don't have a partner yet, to just find that right mature feminine energy to help you understand things will bring clarity and purpose and intention to your masculinity. Because as I said, men can't do everything by themselves. You're not meant to do everything by yourself, and you're not meant to, when you're emotionally lonely and whatnot, that's a sign that you're craving a deep emotional connection to the feminine, and that you do want a relationship. And no, you're not being needy. You want to connect to a woman, and that's a natural part of being a man, is that you want to connect to feminine energy and you want to feel fulfilled. You can't, and you want to share what you have with the feminine. It's like this inherent part of masculine energy. I want to spiritually connect to the feminine. I'm nothing without the feminine. I love the feminine. She's my whole entire world. I want to have I want to have babies with her. I want to put her in my house. I want to build this house for her. I want to do this, this, and this. And literally when men start feeling the call of the feminine, or children, or whatever is going on, they will go, they will go into like this tunnel mode. I'll be like, no, I'm sorting this and this out for this person that's not here yet, but I know that she's coming in. And you have to trust in your feelings and what you're picking up and what you're feeling you need to do. Maybe you do need to go get some relationship help to prepare yourself for a wife. Maybe you do need to go and find someone to help you. I want to be a better father. That's what I was going to do. Okay, so there's a really big difference in masculinity in the earthly realm as well, because, okay, personal story time. So I have this healing program that's not out yet called Reclaim Masculine Fire. It's a group work for men, and I do know that some men, the men who resonate with me, most likely already incarnated with a very strong oomph of masculine energy in them, and they're not intimidated by healthy feminine energy, and they're not like what's the word? They're not like duh about it. They're like, okay, this woman knows what she's talking about, and it is they resonate with it in the spirit. Versus men who look at me or look at my work or whatnot, and they immediately either feel intimidated or threatened. Intimidation, there's a difference between admiration. There's a difference between, I'd say, intimidation and admiration. Being like, okay, I can see this woman knows what she's talking about. I like it, but I don't feel like I want to go talk to her. I would just take my time. Versus a man who feels intimidated from insecurity, because a woman's energy, feminine energy, asks a man to do better. And if you know that, and if a man is sort of scooting in life, and like wants to stay disempowered, or he wants to stay insecure, he will feel intimidated by me or threatened, because on some level, even if he's not aware, he'll be feeling like he can't match me, but I'm not asking him to match me. All that's happening is that I'm illuminating to him that he could do better, and he probably knows that, but he doesn't want to do anything about it. And so this man unfollowed me, but it was just funny that I was thinking about him, and I was like, okay, I see what's going on there. But yeah, so there's different, usually men who incarnate with a higher, more, I would call it the oomph, masculine energy naturally in their spirit. They know if they can do better because they can feel it. And it's not from I'm insecure. It's more so, okay, I think I can do better, but I don't know how to do that. I don't know where to start. I need some help. And that's your spirit telling you. And so you're in the unknown. You've got to trust what you're feeling. And with men with that really healthy oomph masculine energy, they're not afraid to like be like, I think I could do better. I think I could try some better things or whatnot. And they know it, and it gives them the purpose and the drive in life. Versus the men who just sit back and watch other men do it. There's a very big difference in that masculine energy and whatnot. And you know, sometimes men do want to do better. They just don't know where to begin or how to start or whatnot. And a very good place to start is to listen to your intuition, your heart, and what it's telling you, and where you need to go for that guidance, what you need to do to begin or whatnot, or whatever quest your masculine spirit decides it needs. But that is a sign of very, very healthy masculinity within you. When you're not intimidated by a woman that knows what she's doing. So, and that's probably your inner masculinity, and you can sort of gauge how you respond to the feminine as a man. Oh, she doesn't impress me. She's not going to be a good mother. Or oh, that woman's a mess, she's going to be more hassle than it's worth, and you walk away. That's your masculinity telling you what it needs and what it doesn't. And so if it comes to women and you're confused, you've got to listen to the first initial thought of your masculinity, because he knows where your wife is, even if you don't know where your wife is. Okay, I hope that was helpful. Yes, that was just a little bit of a video for men, and to you listen to your intuition and whatnot, and a little bit about the masculine quest, and sort of stepping out of that, the collective consciousness. I feel like we're just evolving out of that, but it's like, you can decide to sit there and do nothing and moan and groan about the property market and how you can't do anything, or you could go to a psychic, but that's up to you. I do know the men that resonate with me, they're probably my type of men, and they're probably men that have that oomph, and they're probably men that want to do life. They want to be better fathers, they want to have children, they want to do better things for the earth, they just want to inspire different things. Whatever it is you're feeling, you should listen. Maybe you want to bring more beauty to the earth. Maybe you're sick of humdrum kit set houses and you want to do something better. Or you just, whatever it is that you're feeling, you should probably listen to it. And also sometimes what happens is that we can have overlays from our father's spiritual energy. I know that is a big thing with, especially if you're in your 30s or your 40s, even your 20s, you could have spiritual overlays of your father's work and money beliefs. I will have some type of meditation to clear that off available soon. But I've definitely seen how your father's financial beliefs around even love and romance and whatnot, there's subtle overlays in your energy body from his masculine energy that maybe not be yours. So that's something to be mindful of too. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that was helpful.